With it being just a few days away until this summer's European Championships and the teams that are taking place are starting to make their final preparations until the tournament starts on June the 11th. Today, I'm going to be making my final predictions of how the tournament will plan out from the group stages all the way until the final. So I'm going to be making my predictions today on the UEFA Tournament Predictor app. And I think let's go straight into it with the group stages, obviously. Group A, let's start off with. I think Italy will finish first. They're on amazing form at the moment, are Italy. I think some stupid run of games that they haven't lost in. It might even go into years, I believe. It might be 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, as always. I think Wales will finish second. I think it'll be Switzerland and then Turkey. I think it's going to be a very close group, this. I think Italy may just lead the group. Win the majority of their games. So it's in Wales, Switzerland and Turkey. I think it will be very, very close. I think Turkey could easily go and finish second, or could Switzerland. But obviously we also got that the third place. There's four third place teams will make it into the knockout stage of the tournament. So even finishing third, I think could be absolutely amazing for the likes of Switzerland and other teams that maybe won't finish in first or second, but still have a very good chance of making it into the knockout rounds. So I think that's going to be Group A in Italy, Wales, Switzerland, and Turkey. Group B, I think Belgium, obviously standout team, and Finland, I think will just miss out. And I think it's between Russia and Denmark to obviously get that guaranteed second place and the possibility of making it into the knockouts in the third place. I think I'm going to go Russia at second, Denmark in third. We've obviously seen Russia in the World Cup back in 2018 do absolutely brilliantly. I think they will have quite a good run in this tournament as well. But Denmark as well, I think they'll be one of the teams that do get through to the knockouts with that third place rule. Group C now, again, another standout team in here is Netherlands. And I think a lot of people are writing off North Macedonia, but I think they're on a good run of form at the moment heading into the tournament. Recently beat Germany, I do believe. And I think a lot of people have written them off really early in this tournament. I think they will be able to pip the likes of Austria and Ukraine. I think they will finish second in Group C. Just ahead of Austria and Ukraine. But I think this will be one of the groups that 3 points in their first game will be absolutely massive. If North Macedonia get that 3 points, I think they will be able to finish second. But if Austria and Ukraine do manage to get that 3 points in game week 1, I think they will have a very good chance of finishing in that top 2 of Group C. But I'm just going to go for North Macedonia. So Netherlands, North Macedonia, Austria and Ukraine for Group C. Now heading into Group D is probably one of the groups a lot of the people watching will be looking out for, with obviously England, Scotland are in this group together, as well as Croatia and Czech Republic. I think England would like to finish first, obviously, but I think as a fan's perspective, I think it'll be better to finish second, because I do believe if you finish first, you place second in Group F, which is obviously the group of death, which we'll go into later. So that will be either Portugal, France, or Germany, I think, that will finish second. So I think England will want to finish second, but I think they will finish first, just above Croatia, and then Scotland in third, Czech Republic. I think Scotland then just have a little bit more than Czech Republic. Obviously, they've got the likes of Souček from West Ham, as well as a few other good players. But I think Scotland will just pick Czech Republic, but I think England and Croatia will both pick Scotland. But I don't think this group will be as easy as people may think, if I'm being entirely honest. You obviously got England facing Croatia in game week 1. If they don't get 3 points there, they're going to be having to chase in Scotland, who could possibly get 3 points against Czech Republic. So they'll be chasing 3 points behind everyone else. Having to play Scotland and Czech Republic would be 2 tough games. And I think England do need to get out of this group, because it'll be a disaster if they don't. So I think England will get out of this group, and I think they will do as well. But it's not going to be as easy as I think some fans may think. So that England, Croatia, Scotland and Czech Republic. Group E, again, I think let's go Spain, Portugal, Sweden, Slovakia. I think Spain just a step above the rest. But they're without Sergio Ramos, so they could be a bit slacking at the back. I think Poland just a bit above Sweden and Slovakia. Group F now, the group of death. I think if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on one of the teams in Group F to go on and win the tournament, whether that be Portugal, France, Germany, maybe even Hungary, but I doubt that. But I think I'm going to go France, Portugal, Germany. No, I'm going to go... I think Hungary will be able to get above Germany. If I'm being entirely honest, I think it's another team that have been written off by fans with obviously the Group of Death. I think Hungary will be able to beat Germany. Whether they'll have enough points to and goal difference to obviously go on and here predict the 4 best third place teams, but I'm not too sure. I've just got a feeling they will surprise a few people and finish third in that group. So that's all the groups done, and now we have to go on to pick the 4 best third place teams. The 4 with the most points will progress to the knockout stages. So let's have a look. So we got Group A. I reckon Switzerland could do it. We've got Denmark. I reckon Denmark will. I'm going to put Denmark in straight away. Who else we got then? We got Austria. I think Austria will be able to as well. And we got Scotland, Sweden, and Hungary. I think it's going to be tough between these 4. I think you got to go Scotland, don't you? And then I don't think Hungary will get enough points against France, Portugal, and Germany, if I'm being honest. I think I might have to go Sweden there. I think I'm happy with that, yeah. Right, now, so let's go on to the round of 16s. We got all the round of 16 games here before we obviously go into quarterfinals, semi-finals, and then the final. But let's go back to the round of 16. I think Belgium will just beat Sweden. Italy will beat North Macedonia. France will beat Austria. Croatia will beat Poland. I think this will be a good game, but I think Spain will beat Denmark there. Now this is the one, England versus Portugal. I think, obviously England have a very good squad, very young squad heading into this tournament, but Portugal have such an amazing squad. Got obviously Cristiano Ronaldo, Diogo Jota, Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Diaz, all the fantastic players. If I'm going with my head, I think I've got to go Portugal, but I think my heart has just overruled this one. I think on their day, England can beat Portugal, but obviously on their day, Portugal beat England. I think I've got to go England, don't you? I think you've got to go England there. On their day, I think England could easily go and beat Portugal. Let me know what you think. I think this is another one that wanted to finish second, because then you face second in another group, which I believe might be Poland. If Croatia, we would have got Poland, but then we would obviously face France. But this is my prediction. I've gone England to pit Portugal, and then Netherlands. They're without Van Dijk, though, aren't they? Netherlands and Scotland. This is a tough one. I think you've got to go Netherlands. But they also drew the other day. As at the time of recording, they drew 2-2. I think Scotland will be able to beat the Netherlands, especially without Van Dijk. I think Wales will beat Russia as well. If I'm being entirely honest, I think they just have a little bit more than Russia. But that could be another very tight game. I think it will go to extra time. But I think I'm going to go Russia. So now we've gone to quarterfinals, and this is even bigger. I think we've got Belgium versus Italy, which will be a fantastic game. I think I'm just going to go Belgium, see first in global ranking, take France. And if England can beat Portugal, I think they can beat Spain. And then Scotland versus Wales. One of these teams, Scotland or Wales, are making it to the semi-finals of the European Championships. And I think I've got to go Scotland. I think Scotland beat Netherlands. Oh, that's crazy. What a semi-final we have. Belgium versus France and England versus Scotland. That is amazing. Right, I think France will beat Belgium. I think... Oh, this is crazy. England versus Scotland. I think England. What a final that would be. France versus England. This is another one which is... My head is saying France all day long. What a team. Got Mbappe, Pogba, Giroud coming off the bench, Griezmann, but then England as well. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I want to go England. France are just such an amazing team. Oh. the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking England. We've got Harry Kane. If we beat the likes of Portugal, I think we could beat France. But France are obviously the World Cup winners as well. Got to the final of the last Euros. I'm really not sure. My head is saying France. My heart is saying England. And my heart's already overruled my head once back here. I think it's going to be either Spain or Portugal. It's going to be France versus England or Portugal, isn't it, in the final? In my opinion, anyway. Who's it going to be? I think, as I said again, I think France are favourites to win, aren't they? And England are... Honestly, I'm not as confident as I was in the World Cup, but I am quite quietly confident, if I'm being honest, this tournament. I think we've got a very good young squad. And the more I'm looking at this now, France versus England, and thinking about our squads, the more I'm thinking England could do it. And I think we've got to do it, don't we? This might be a bit biased, but it's again, my head is saying France, my heart's saying England. I think it will go to extra time. I think we're like a 2-2 draw, go to extra time, and then in half an hour anything can happen. I think I've got to go England. I've done it. I've gone England to win the European Championships over France. And what a journey it is as well. Who would have thought Scotland would have got to the semi-finals of the European Championships in my predictions? I didn't think it would happen, but I just think Scotland could go and beat Wales. I reckon they could go and beat the Netherlands, and then that's it. Crazy, absolutely crazy. But that's it for the predictions video then for this upcoming European Championships. Let me know down below what you disagree with, what you agree with. Obviously, this is my predictions, and it is a prediction, so it's not going to be 100%, is it? I highly doubt Scotland. It will be Scotland versus England in the European Championships semi-finals. Even England to win it, I think probably won't happen. But you've got to go with your heart, don't you? And I think England do have as good a chance as anyone to win this. Especially, I reckon it will be France, Portugal, England, or maybe Belgium in this final, if I'm being entirely honest. But let me know again down below what your thoughts are on obviously all of this, the upcoming European Championship. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to be the surprise team, and where do you think your country will finish? May that be England, Scotland, Wales, or anyone else who you will be supporting this European Championships this summer. So thank you all for watching. As I said, one last time, let me know down below who do you think you're going to win the Euros. But yeah, it's just a few days away now, 3-4 days until the Euros. I'm well excited. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to notifications so you never miss any more Bristol City or England European Championship content. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Come on, you Reds.